Welcome to Fantasy Booms and Busts, Week 11. My name's CJ Galino.
And I'm Sam Bloomquist. What'll it be this week, CJ?
Sam, I really like Nick Foles. Nick Foles is playing the Washington Redskins, and their skins are coming to Philadelphia. Philadelphia is a very hostile environment to play, so I think Foles' touchdowns speak for themselves. The last couple of weeks he's been playing really dynamite, so I think he's in for a good week for fantasy owners.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, CJ. Not only will Nick Foles have a good week, but his favorite receiver, Riley Cooper, will too. Riley Cooper has caught 15 passes and 393 yards and 6 touchdowns from Nick Foles this season. Foles is likely to be under center for this game and possibly the rest of the season. And for the last 2 weeks, Riley Cooper has scored 33 points against Oakland and 22 against Green Bay. Though both those teams are struggling, Washington has barely any pass defense. So I'm seeing Riley Cooper and Nick Foles having a great week this week.
The thing about Riley Cooper is he's a very viable receiver with Nick Foles behind center, and I think with Foles playing the way he is, I think that he is a viable starting quarterback for them. Even though they haven't come out and said that he's a starting quarterback for the rest of the season, I think that his play is spoken for himself.
Absolutely.
Someone who I don't like is Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill is struggling very much this year, and the Dolphins have more off-the-field issues than I've seen thus far in the season. Tannehill has been sacked arguably the most in the NFL this year. His offensive line just lost one of their key players to the bullying scandal. The locker room's kind of split, and I don't think Tannehill's going to have a very good day.
Yeah, Ryan Incognito is definitely picking on Martin way too much for them to have a good game this week. And when you're going against such a team as they are this week, you're not going to have a good time. Somebody else that is going to do good this week is Jordan Reed, the tight end for Washington. Like we said before, Philly and Washington are playing each other, and neither of which of the teams have a very good defense at all. And it's going to be a shootout. There's going to be a lot of points scored this game, and there is no Vernon Davis on the Washington field right now. And last week, he had 62 yards and a touchdown against Minnesota, and Jordan Reed has proved that he's here to stay, and he's here to fill in for Vernon Davis.
Jordan Reed has been more than the Washington Redskins could have hoped for at the tight end position this year. He's been a really breakout performer for them, and he's a really viable target for RG3 to throw to in the middle of the field. Someone who I also like at the tight end position is Heath Miller. I like Heath Miller because the Steelers have been struggling as of late, but Miller is a very reliable target with great hands in the center of the field for Big Ben. Now, the Steelers are going to have Brown and Saunders covered the majority of the game, so that leaves Miller wide open in the open field to make some plays for Big Ben.
Yeah, I definitely like Heath this week, CJ. He's always been one of my favorite Steelers, and he's either boom and bust week to week, but I see him having a good week this week. Somebody I like this week as well is Andre Brown, the running back for the Giants. As you know, the Giants have been struggling running all season, but Andre Brown is finally healthy again, and they're finally going to have somebody to give the ball to. He's showed that Peyton Hillis is the washed-up dinosaur that he actually is, and there's finally a stable running back in there to have 20-plus touches, and Andre Brown will probably get most of the goal line work this week.
Throwing digs at Peyton Hillis. I don't know. I'm a big Peyton Hillis fan. He did well for me the first 2 weeks I put him in my fantasy lineup. Now that Andre Brown is back, unfortunately, I don't think Hillis is going to see a lot of the workload, but I do think Andre Brown is going to have a productive week. Someone who I also like at the running back position is Ryan Mathews. This might surprise a lot of fantasy owners, but Ryan Mathews has been a hard, consistent, reliable runner in the past couple weeks for San Diego, and San Diego has been giving him more of a workload, and I think that put together with them facing the Miami Dolphins and the struggling Miami Dolphins, as we touched on earlier, Mathews is in for a good week.
You know, I'm going to have to go ahead and disagree with you on this one, CJ. Every time I say I like Ryan Mathews has a terrible week. So I'm doing this for everybody else at home. Don't start Ryan Mathews this week. Someone else I don't like is Aaron Dobson, the wide receiver for New England. They're playing Carolina this week, one of the best, if not the best defense in the league. And they've been on even though Aaron Dobson's been on a hot streak lately, Tom Brady hasn't been himself this season, and Carolina's Monster D mainly targets quarterbacks and wide receivers. So I can't see him, even though he's on a hot streak, having a good week.
Aaron Dobson has been playing well as of late, but like you said, Carolina really proved to be a contender last week playing San Francisco. They played very well. They got the W, and I think they opened a lot of people's eyes to how talented of a team they are. So I agree with you on that pick. Well, that does it for Fantasy Booms and Busts Week 11. Hope to see you next week.
Yep, have a good one.